What's up YouTube? Welcome back to KangBrosTV. This is a reaction video to the second leg of the Champions League. Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0, Liverpool out of the Champions League. We said that we were going to get out. Didn't see it going this way though. We did think that Real Madrid would definitely get a goal at Anfield, which they didn't. And Liverpool, I have to say, carved out chances. They could have counted themselves.
We've said it every time, yeah? If Liverpool aren't going to go through or going to get knocked out of a cup or lose a game or whatever, there's a way to do it. And today, no problem. Yes, I would want us to win. Absolutely, of course, I'd want us to go through. Yes, we carved out chances. Yes, it's frustrating that we haven't taken them chances, but I like the fact that we were peppering the goal. That's the front foot football and stuff like that. It shows that it can be done.
You say that, and I agree with you. But that's the type of fans we are. So if Liverpool give it their all, that's what you want to see as a fan.
Go out on your sword, innit?
But I'm seeing a lot of stuff from other fans saying it was pathetic. In terms of we were just going. If you think about it, we were just going sideways. It was quick. We were going down the middle all the time. Weren't being creative in terms of how to break them down. So I mean, I think that's harsh. For me, it all started from the Salah miss. That was just like it was when we were playing against Barcelona. That first goal goes in, you put them on the back foot.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, people need to understand that you're not playing a computer game. This is real life. These people do change their position and whatever. For Liverpool, for those chances, at what point are we going to talk about the fact that they've missed some pretty straightforward chances?
100%.
At what point are we going to start talking about that? Because, and I've said this before, and I say over and over again, I've said this for months and years. Mohamed Salah is not that stone cold killer. Yes, people are going to say, look at his statistics. I know that his statistics come up well. But what I'm saying is, in those situations, there's a couple of chances today. Firmino had one. Wijnaldum had an opportunity. Salah had a few. Yeah. Harry Kane, for argument's sake. Yeah. Lewandowski, Aguero, them sort of guys. They're goals, mate. Haaland, yeah. They're goals. You know, people that just love scoring goals.
Look, if Salah was actually a killer, he'll be getting 40 goals a season, every single season.
And that's credit to him that he still turns out the numbers that he does. I understand that, but people need to really understand that. People take the Ronaldo, well he takes penalties and free kicks and whatever, and they score these amount of numbers. The reason they score them amount of numbers is because they're ruthless. They're ruthless guys, and they get a thrill out of hitting the back of the net. I'm not saying Salah doesn't, but what I'm saying is he's not as clinical at doing it as those mateys, and that's why they are the GOATs. They'll go down in that GOAT category, and this guy he's an elite football player. He's world class. His numbers suggest he's world class, but what I'm saying is he is not as clinical, and this is why I go back to that time at Chelsea when he got let go by Chelsea. It's because at that time Chelsea had a team full of absolute hitters, ballers, dons, yeah, slap, goal, and at that time he was still doing what he's doing now. Listen, it sounds like I'm so grateful that we have him because he does unbelievable things. Even today, there's touches and the opportunities that he gets himself into. I'm not saying I don't want that. What I'm saying is people need to appreciate that he is brilliant, but there is room for a stone cold killer in that team because that's what's going to take us back to the levels. I think
this is what this game itself has shown all fans is that we need that number 9, someone in the box, out and out striker. None of this Mickey Mouse stuff now. We need an out and out striker.
And we love Firmino, mate. We love Firmino,
but even today, like you said, if you had a stone cold killer in there, it would be goals, and we should have scored today. And we did the right thing.
And people that want to sit there and be like, oh yeah, it's sideways, it's this, it's that. Do you know how draining it is when you're those players and you've carved out so many clear-cut chances?
And things, Real Madrid weren't interested in attacking Liverpool. They were just counter-pressing.
And also, Liverpool still managed to carve out chances when Real Madrid had flooded areas. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh my God, it's so shit. Yes, at times towards the end it got a bit desperate, but naturally it does because you need to score 2 goals. So for me, I'm not going to sit here and blame the rest of the team. I thought everyone was trying their hardest to get goals. It just comes down to the fact that at the front three there wasn't no cohesion, and they missed some very, very good opportunities. Wijnaldum included. Quite a few people missed chances today, and that's where you fall short. But as I said, I don't mind seeing Liverpool go out on their sword. At least have a go. Have a go. That's my perspective anyway.
Yeah, but I think I do understand when some fans say that because at the end of the day, how much was the keeper worked towards the end? Let's be honest. Was there long shots happening? Were you trying something different rather than just going for the middle of the time, waiting for Thiago to pull out a worldly pass? or when you brought Shaq on. We always talk about Shaq, how you waited too long to bring Shaq on. I think some of the blame, I think a lot of fans will give, and you need to. The question needs to be raised: is some of the selection. You know, we said this at the beginning, is this is the biggest game for Liverpool in the whole of the season, and Thiago's not playing. Yeah, and he wasn't playing in the first leg. Naby Keita was selected, and really think about it, the fixture was lost there. The first leg is where the fixture was dead. It's finished, right? So there has to be some sort of blame there to say why was that. You know, so that's why I think there is some blame to be pushed on here to the selection. But even when, like I said, Thiago wasn't there today, but Milner did put a good shift in. He was doing the right things. He's smashing people, and that's what we want to see. So, and we still carved out chances straight away. So
you said you made the point last week after that game, and Paul Merson made the point in the week as well. You don't sign Thiago and not play him in these fixtures. I'm sick to death of hearing people say, "Oh yeah, he's been shit." Fuck off, because even when he come on today, like the passes, there was one time today, me and you were saying when Firmino had a chance to drill that pass in. You know, when they caught them in possession high in their half, and he had a chance to. We were saying that needed that. You know that no backlift, jackhammer, boom pass that little punch that he has, and you know Thiago would play that pass. For me, Liverpool need to get on his level. My opinion on that doesn't change. If I'm wrong and people think I would like to disagree, I would like to hear your thoughts on it. But I think you can see that he plays passes between the lines that even our players aren't anticipating and aren't ready for.
If we don't buy a striker in the summer transfer window, I would be gobsmacked. I think it's so evident now that this team is struggling to create chances, that cohesion like we talked about, and out striker. So this game for me was evident of that. And as you said, we're happy with the way Liverpool performed, and we can't take away from the credit from the players, really, how much the effort they put in. And today, talking of players, Trent, head and shoulders, like he put in a worldly performance today. If you think about it, if you think of what he did today, if you deep it, yeah, he did some mad shit today. If Liverpool were to win this game, he would be fully a part of that. To what he was done.
He played a pass with the outside of his foot in the second half, and I'm just like, the audacity to play that pass. But again, it seems like I feel like it changes every week. But my point, if England are going to dominate games and they believe that they're going to have a lot of possession in games, this guy has to play. Because even today, when defensively he done some good things today as well. But England aren't going to do that. And I know we always get to that conversation, but England aren't going to play this way. And they're not going to be looking to break teams down and slap teams. They're not. They're just not going to do that. So that's why more and more I think he won't go. But if you do stuff like he did today, it is frightening what he can do. You know, with his right foot, with the deliveries that he can put in. It is frightening.
He was head and shoulders above the rest. And I think the scary thing about everything is now that we're actually out, and if we don't get top four, we don't get Champions League. And that's if you think about it that way, you got a whole season without Champions League, and that's a scary thought in itself.
It's a scary thought, but one of two ways: half glass empty, half glass full. It's a shame. It'll be a travesty if Liverpool aren't in the top four and don't get Champions League. Not that they deserve it, because that little patch in there is not good enough. That's not form that a Champions League team should show. But if they don't get it, it's a season without no Champions League, and it's going to really impact the club, I believe. But on the flip side, it's a season where there's no travel away. I mean, there will be in the Europa, but I'm sure Klopp will put the teams that he selects won't be at the level that the Champions League teams will be. So teams beware. There's two ways of looking at it, isn't it? Teams beware. Liverpool are going to be fresh for when they play in the league games, not having to really think too tough about the Champions League, Europa League. But I would obviously much prefer to see them in it. I've seen the fixtures. Chelsea have got some horrible fixtures coming up, and they've got to play in the Champions League. I'd be interested to see what their priorities will be. Their squad isn't strong enough to compete on all fronts, I don't believe. So it'll be interesting to see what teams they pick, and I guess if Liverpool can capitalise on that. So,
and a quick shout out to like Alisson, Nate Dogg. You know, when they were called upon, you know, they delivered. So I think this is Real Madrid still talking about the other day, and he did do well as well from that. So I want to give a quick shout out to them. Just to wrap up, really, in terms of the 4 teams that are left, who do you think will go ahead and be champions this year?
Manchester City.
You think so?
Man City. That squad. And it's not a case of sour grapes or anything like that, so please don't. But what I'm saying is, you spend the most money, you get the best players, you get the best results. In this impacted season, when you've got this amount of games, everyone's talking about injuries, and these are pulling out players. Then you're like, I've got Nathan Ake is a £40 million player, and his man's not even making squads. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you spend the money and you get the players in, yes, there does come that level of quality. Yes, PSG spend the money, but end of the day, players don't want to go to Paris and play as much as they're going to want to come play in England. So for me, I think Man City are set up and they deserve it. You know, they play some scintillating football. If Bayern Munich was still in, I would have thought they would have won it. But now, I think it's there now for Man City. PSG obviously will see it as last.
Would you want to win?
I would like to see PSG win it. I would like to see PSG win it, just because I think they're a bit like, you don't know really know what you're going to get. They're just beaten by Munich. You don't really know what they're gonna get, but they're good to watch when they're going forward. They're fluid. Man City could set some serious records this year, which frightens me. But you know, I would like to see PSG win it, but I think we're going to see.
You know what?
Man City.
I also want PSG to win out of the 4, but I got a really strange feeling that Chelsea are gonna do something. I don't know what it is. Something inside tells me that these they've got players in there. They got the squad. They got Duxel, yeah.
Duxel's got them playing some mad football,
and he's got to play mad. And so I think they're gonna be underdogs. And I do think that Chelsea, you can't rule them out. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Something. I don't know. I've got a funny feeling. Not that I want them to win, but like I said, PSG for me, I'm happy with that. But you've got a sneaky feeling Chelsea are gonna do some damage.
Let us know what you think, people. Liverpool's Champions League campaign is over. It's disappointing, but as I said, they've gone out on their sword. They gave it a go. Who do you think is going to win? Thoughts on why the reasons for us not winning today?
Team selection.
So yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and definitely comment. But yeah, spread the word and you know, obviously share the content, and we look forward to your comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.